Alright, so here we go. We live. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Let me get this volume up. Where the volume at? Boom. Some lights on and shit. I had to pull over for this one, man. Wow. Eminem versus Nick Cannon. When I first heard this shit, I was like, don't nobody give a fuck about no Nick Cannon rapping again. But I was wrong. I was wrong. I counted Nick out. I thought Nick was still the old Nick Cannon that was corny and shit, but you know, things have changed. Things have changed. He got a show now, Wildin Out, and he's getting back to the essence. They be battle rapping on there and everything. But yeah, I ain't gonna front. When I first heard this shit, that Nick Cannon was really trying to go at Eminem, I'm just like, this nigga's wilding, bro. He's really wilding out. Like, Nick Cannon is trash. He's not going nowhere in history. That was my initial thoughts. Nigga went and I guess what happened was Eminem threw a couple jabs on him with Fat Joe. It was some song they did together. Some song. I forgot what the name of the song is. Mary J. Blige on it. I was just like, yo, what is Fat Joe doing? But everybody's trying to sell records right now. All these old rappers is probably still trying to make their money, get their royalties. So hats off to them. Can't be mad at the OGs, the veterans, trying to get their money, trying to make their little splash, and working amongst each other. They should have did this a long time ago. Well, not Eminem and Fat Joe per se, because they have that. I guess they did the Lean Back remix together or whatever. But I just felt like the older dudes, especially from New York, around that time, especially 50 Cent, they just wasn't really working with nobody. They wasn't really trying to work with nobody in the industry or nobody from New York. Like we missed a lot of collabs during my golden era, like the early 2000s. Would have liked to see a lot more people work together. But anyway, so Eminem takes the jab at dude and Nick Cannon. I guess they still got their little beef going on because of Mariah Carey. I don't really know the details of that, and I don't really care. I didn't care then, and I don't care now because it's Mariah Carey. Who cares? That shit is whatever. Who cares? Anyway, so Eminem takes his little jab, and I guess Nick Cannon got really offended. He got real offended. So he makes his first diss record. He goes and gets Suge Knight. Suge Knight was talking greasy. I think he compared him to Vanilla Ice. He said he'd be running around with cops and all this and that. And if you're a rapper, you're supposed to be able to meet people in public and do whatever you got to do. And I don't know. Like, I don't know how to feel about that with Suge Knight. He's basically promoting violence. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, dude is in jail. He's not coming out for a while. He's going to say anything. And of course, he already didn't like Eminem like that anyway. I don't think Suge Knight likes anybody that's white. I'll be honest. I think he doesn't fuck with white people. It's probably easy to say that, especially now that he's locked down and he's in confinement. But Suge Knight a piece of shit. Get that out the way. Don't really care anything he has to say. I don't think that added any points for Nick Cannon by having Suge Knight on the track. Don't know why he did that. I don't know if he did that just because he felt like he could do that. Yeah. Who cares? It's Suge Knight, bro. It would have meant something if you went and got Dr. Dre and put him on the record and he was talking crazy about Eminem. Or 50 Cent. If you got 50 Cent or Dr. Dre, then we probably would have gave you points for that. But other than that, like, who cares? You know what I mean? Of course that man is going to diss Eminem. He's probably paying him off or whatever. Oh, shit, let me get my lights back. Hold on. But anyway, so the first joint I heard, I took points away from Nick Cannon first and foremost because he wasn't by himself. I don't know what he was doing rapping with Charlie Clips and then Hitman Holla. But then I thought about it. I was like, oh, they on Wildin Out together, so maybe that's why he did it together. You know, maybe that's just what they do. You know what I'm saying? Eminem, he clapped back and he called Nick Cannon a bougie fuck. He said that he was lying about everything he said. He said he's lying that he does crack. I mean, I ain't gonna front. I wouldn't be surprised if Eminem did crack. I think he does a lot of drugs or did a lot of drugs, pretty sure by his own admission. I don't think anybody really would care. I don't think that would change anything. Like, if Eminem was a crackhead, nobody would give a fuck. Like, the world would not change. We'd probably think the same thing we thought about Eminem. And he'd probably still be a legend. He'd probably still go down as a legend. Now, he said that Nick Cannon should apologize publicly too. I seen that. I was like, what? So you telling a man that dissed you on a track that you dissed first to apologize? How does that even make, like, why would he apologize when you initiated the joint? And y'all got history. Y'all got nothing but history. You feel me? Now, when I first heard that they was going back and forth, I was just like, yo, no one in the world wants to hear a verse from Nick Cannon. Like, he didn't make it as a rapper. He basically flopped. He's doing a little good on his show. He did good in movies, Hollywood, radio, TV, everywhere else. Just keep it to that. You know what I mean? He's successful. You don't got to step in the ring. But I did forget that he came from the era where that shit meant something. You know, like, some man disses you, you got to clap back. You know? Nick Cannon ain't no punk. He's not no punk. He's not running. What I will say, when I heard the second one, Pray For Him, immediately, that shit, man. Now that joint right there, it made me I want one thing to happen. If I could get this to happen, this would be dope. Because I think the best one out of all of them, personally, the way I feel, is Charlie Clips. Hitman Holla dope. Conceited, he's dope. These are all URL. Well, they used to be URL legends, I guess you could say. You could say legends, top tier. Now that they real battle rappers. They really go out there and really work. So it would be dope to see Eminem, who they say was a real battle rapper. You know, that's what he made his whole career off of, like, basically being some kind of battle rapper and dissing people. You know. And I think that's, now that I think about it, that's probably the reason why he aligned himself with 50 Cent. Because 50 Cent was a similar type of rapper. I wouldn't say, like, you know, obviously 50 Cent wasn't really, like, battling. I don't know. Maybe he was. He wasn't battling people face to face, to my knowledge. He was more like on the track, just dissing people. Like, his first song, How to Rob an Industry Nigga. You know, it was just that type of energy. So I think that's why they aligned themselves together. But yeah, the gloves is off. They saying some slick, harsh bars. Like, the gloves is off. And what you gonna do, Eminem? Are you gonna go on Wildin' Out? Like, you gotta do something. I'm gonna say this. You have to do something. You have to retaliate. You have to defend yourself somehow, some way. You can't just keep there. You keep sitting there and trying to be on this legend status. And let's be honest, you probably lost that MGK joint. Probably lost that. You know, I was hoping that he was gonna come clap back and have some heat. But I think MGK got you, my nigga. Like, that MGK shit it was tough. You know? And I always felt the way I feel that I never really put Eminem on a high pedestal. That's what all y'all do. Y'all all say he's like top 3 or some crazy shit like that. Like, no, no, we not doing that. We're not doing that. Now the boy Eminem could rap. He always was able to rap. He was always witty. I didn't really like a lot of his songs. I'm gonna keep it a straight buck with y'all. I'm gonna keep it straight tall. You know what I mean? I did not like a lot of Eminem songs. There's very few that I can even think of in my mind. Sometimes it's even just verses. Like I cut it down to verses. You know what I mean? He was not top 5 or top 10 coming out of 2000s for me. Early 2000s, none of that. Late 90s, nah. I have so many people above him, but that's y'all. Y'all knight in shining armor, especially y'all white people. Y'all love Eminem. Y'all always go to Eminem, and I know it's because you're like, oh, we got one. We finally got one. You know, y'all always wanna come into our culture and feel like y'all right there with us. Stop doing that shit. For real. For real. Stop doing that. Like, that's like black people dressing up on Halloween and shit. I mean, I said black people. White people dressing up as black people on Halloween and shit like that. Like, or just doing that shit in a secret party. You know, where it's just by invite. Like, y'all be having parties and pretending to be us. But anyway, we're going to get back on topic. I ain't going to talk about this racist shit right now. We get back on topic. You have to do something. I wouldn't say you have to go on Wildin Out and go face to face, because that's not what we know you for. So don't let your pride get the best of you. But your pride better do something. Like, you better get out there and do something. Like, man, make a track. And make a decent track. You better spend some time on that, son. Like, we need an ether. At this point, you need an ether Nick Cannon. You know what I'm saying? Show us it's real. Show us it's real. And at this point, because I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Your track record not looking good. It's really not. It's not looking good, man. You just lost to MGK. And now you got all these battle rappers out here talking crazy about you. So, what you gonna do? What are you going to do? I'll be honest. Nick Cannon surprised me. He surprised me on the second joint. The first one, The first one was like, I think he did that to try to get him to respond. He did respond on Twitter, but he didn't want to put out a track. I know that one thing about Eminem, he's not gonna respond to just anything. Like, you gotta come with that fire, bro. So the second track, I hope it just dropped 8 hours ago. Yo, listen to that, man. You better get your pen game right. And if that one don't work, hey, yo, fuck it, Nick. Drop another one. Matter of fact, Nick, just get a ghostwriter or something. Like, holla at me, boy. I got something for you, you know what I mean? I got the heat. Hit me up. Hit me, Element, man. We could be your writers. We got this. Facts and fuckery. We got a lot of new things coming for y'all. We working on a lot of new skits. We gonna get back on the shows. You know, we haven't done the podcast show in a little minute, but we about to just hit y'all with all different angles, everything. So keep following us. Make sure you go check that new song out by me, that new video. It's called Nothing. And it's by me off of my new album 214. It's obviously a love thing. And you know, I had to get a little vulnerable, open myself up. I was speaking about my ex and past situations and things that kind of hurt. That was shot by my boy Hakeem and Element. Element did the editing on that too, the directing and all that. So yeah, we gonna hit y'all with some more new music, new videos, everything, man. Fuck, we might have a movie coming out by next year. Fucking around with us. Just keep watching the movement, keep watching us, keep locking in. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, share, talk your shit. You know, if you don't like what I'm talking about, you disagree with me, and you think Eminem is crazy, say something. Because I don't give a fuck. That's my opinion. I'm entitled to it. You're entitled to yours. So let us know what you feel like. We out.